All right, we should be live now, in theory. So, everyone say hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my
So,
channel. I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves in the order that I see them, which is unrelated to the order that you all see them. All right, sorry. I just woke up, so y'all, this is just who I am. If you've been to my vlogs, this is how it works. I just sing. Okay, so we're gonna go the way I see people. CJ. Oh, you're eating. God damn it. Every time. Going the other way. Dana.
Hi, my name is Dana Gollin. I also write under the pen name Ava Fox, and tonight I'm here to have fun with my friends and write some sexy time stories, because apparently my betas want to know what my main man looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's probably important.
Sometimes. All right, and Tamara.
Hello, my name is Tamara Woods. I'm a cozy mystery author. And can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. All right. Anyways, and I'm going to be working on a chapter this evening.
Awesome. Morgan.
Hey, so I'm a blogger and I write fantasy. I'm hoping to get this one out to query by, May. But I've got a section, I got back feedback and I've been stalling on getting those edits in. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight.
All right, and then now I don't know who's gone because my people have moved.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'm trying to move people. So I guess Carrow, you haven't gone yet, right?
I have not gone. No,
I hear you guys all, so I forget who's already gone. All right.
I have not gone. My name is Carrow Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author. I also write works under the name of Faye Black. I'm going to be working for a Faye Black story. I'm trying to pick up one that I was feeling iffy about. I'm going to see if I can flesh it out a little bit. I have no idea where I'm going to get, but figure it out together.
Okay. CJ.
Hello, I'm CJ Blair. I'm a writer of things, and tonight I am working on my taxes.
Oh.
That is not fun. No.
No, it's not, but it
Not
has
at
to
all.
be done.
Yeah.
Ew. All right, and Tamara, did you go? Yes, you did. Okay.
Yes.
I thought so, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, and I am Sarah Schreinerbert, and this is my channel, and I think everyone went. If you didn't, I don't know, just send me a slap in the mail. So yeah, hello to everyone in the chat. I'm going to try to run through everybody real quick. Let's see how I do. Jennifer Brown, Haley Spence, Jean is here, Tyler's here, Michael is here. Hello to everyone. Stephanie Lucas. I think that's everybody. So welcome everyone. Thank you for stopping by and being very Friday the 13th spooky with us. I should wear my Camp Crystal Lake hat, but...
I can just put my hair down and look like I came out of the swamp.
Hey, I brushed my hair for this, so
Oh, we getting fancy all over here.
Right?
Okay,
I've been
that was
working
enough.
from home all week. I have a cold, and my coworkers are like, "Oh my god, it might be Corona." So I'm still in pajama pants. I put on a shirt. I had a tank top. Anyway,
Most Fridays, the reason I turn my camera off is because I'm going to get up and I have pajama pants on. Most of
pajama
the time.
pants are the best.
I have real pants on right now, but usually that's why I turn it. I'm like, nobody needs to see this ridiculousness.
Yeah, I came home from work today, put on my pajama pants, so it's like business from the top, party in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
It's like mullet clothes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
You guys, I saw a dude who clearly time traveled from the 1970s the other day. He was
Yeah.
driving a yellow sports car. I don't know what kind it was. It was one from the 1970s with like red stripes down it. He had fuzzy dice hanging from his windshield or from his mirror, and he had a mullet.
Lovely.
I don't know what he was doing here or what he wanted, but he was clearly time traveling.
There was a teacher in college who,
yes,
he was from Russia though.
No, he was not.
He was
from
American.
Russia.
He had lived in Russia for like 15 years.
Yeah.
So like his influence was Russia. Like
So he was, yeah.
So he was very mullety and like muscly. He was like every 90s Russian stereotype. but he was like that guy. But he was from America. It was ridiculous.
He was a delightful professor, though.
He was really good. Yeah, I liked him a lot. It was just funny to me.
He's delightful.
Did I ever tell you guys how I learned to drive?
I don't think so.
So I actually didn't learn to drive until I was 25 because
Oh, wow.
overseas the public transportation is good enough that you really don't need a car.
Mhm.
And I didn't need one until I came to America, and I was already 25 at that point. So I signed up for a driving school so that way I could get it right. So I went and I did the course and I studied the manual and I was like, got an A on it. So I'm like, okay, good, I'm square to go. And I had to do 6 hours of like actual driving to get my certificate. So the guy shows up and he gets out of the car and he's like, I will be your instructor today. I show you secret driving technique. This will be good, yeah? And I was like, oh my fucking God.
Gonna die.
Well, because I knew how Russians drive, and so I was like, hey.
Four-way stop signs? Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion.
And of course, it must have shown on my face because my face is loud. He's like, no worries, no worries. I learned to drive in America. I know that you make right turn on red light. It is good. And I was like, I'm just going to get in the car now.
Oh, man. That's what Mini Monsters harassing me about was the car keys. I was like, they're on the table. They're in the dining room. They're on the table. They're in my pocket.
A friend of mine grew up on base in Germany, so you don't get your driver's license until you're like 18 or 20 or something. So she learned over here while she was here for school. And I remember being in the car when on the opposite end of your Russian guy took a 21-point turn. Not a 3-point turn, 21-point turn. It took like 10 minutes.
I mean,
Wow.
I don't even know, like, what are you driving that you need 21 points to turn?
A limo.
It was an empty street. It was empty. It was completely empty street.
I know. I'm like, is she backing up a semi truck or something?
She did not have great spatial awareness, so the distance behind her car was probably double what she thought it was.
Oh, wow.
It was.
Was
it
this
was,
you? And it's
No. She knows who she is, though. I could totally call her out if I wanted to.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man.
She knows who she is.
That's funny. Oh, my gosh.
All right.
20
So, what is everyone working on tonight?
Fixing this hot mess.
You're cleaning? Is that what you said?
No, I already did that today at the recommendation of my husband, but I'm working on this manuscript that I need to clean up. Sorry, there was an inside joke. I told it before we went live.
That's right.
Right?
I got all of my aggression out by cleaning someone else's house today. I think that my husband would probably prefer that I clean our own house when I need to get rid of aggression, but he doesn't pay very well, so.
When I'm really agitated, I go to work and do billing. And I'll call people and be like, you need to pay your bill. And they're like, well, I have this or that or this. And I'm like, I have a family I have to fucking feed. And guess where my money comes from?
I know, right?
And I work for one lady, so I need you to pay your bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
That
got
is
this
rough.
that, and the other thing. No kidding. She's like, and I'm hungry, so pay your bills, damn it.
My ex actually worked a temp job doing collections over the holidays, and he'd call
That's rough.
people and they'd be like, blah blah sob story, and he's like, I'm in a temp job calling collections over the holidays, and they're like, you got it worse, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff that's just like,
We can't do
No.
it because, like, I used to work at a call center for a bank.
Okay.
Kind not quite the same. But what was really bad is that, like, after a while, like, you lose your ability to have empathy for people because you keep getting exposed to this stuff. And I didn't really realize it until I went to teaching, and like this parent and their kids start crying in front of me. And like one of the staff were like, I'm a little concerned because you didn't really seem to have a reaction to it. And I was like, I've heard every story. I've had people cry all the time. Like, I'm just desensitized at this point. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Kara, I think that might be a you thing. Because
No,
I worked
I used
at a couple call centers and I didn't do that.
you're in touch with your feelings though, like, and you
That's
care
right.
about other people now.
This is how Carrow and I roll. To feelings. You all pay your bills now. No.
Hungry. your bills.
That's right. That's right.
I do
No.
my impersonation of a tomato. Red face, green hair.
My mom worked for collections, and she specialized, well, because like there was a time gap where she wasn't in school and she wasn't on orders, and so she got this like call center job, and she was specifically for Home Depot, and she got this account, and she'll never forget it. It was the account that belonged to a pastor, and he was 10 days late on his Home Depot charge card. And she calls him, and she's like, hey, this is so and so with the Home Depot credit card, whatever her spiel was. And he's like, wow, I mean, I'm only like 10 days past the due date. And she's like, yeah, well, Home Depot doesn't play games. So he starts going into this, well, I'm a pastor and we're remodeling and na 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 na. And she's like, frankly, I don't think they care. They want their money. They don't care what you do for a living. I just have to call you and let you know you're late. and it was so funny hearing my mom tell this story, because my mom is like the most compassionate person when it comes to strangers. She's like, well, let me see what I can do for you. And to hear her be like, they don't care. Okay, pay your bill. Pay it now.
You're
like,
an adult. You made an obligation. Now
That's right.
fulfill it.
That's right. She's like, hello, you've got a congregation. Get that plate out. Get your bill paid. Oh man. I think CJ's alien voice has come back.
Aw, is it really?
Oh, yeah. Yup. We should start a sprint so that you can switch it and I can fix it at the same time. So you can pop back out and pop back in. So, does somebody want to count me down, or do you guys want me to count myself down?
In
Okay.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1, blast off.
That's our time! I didn't unmute it in time, but I still did it. Hooray! So how did everybody do? I finished a section. Hooray!
I wrote a little bit in this chapter, and I wanted you guys to tell me some random emojis, 'cause I need to add them to this section right here. Random emojis.
My favorite one is the one that looks like this.
Damn it, Dana, you just screwed up all my monetization.
Because we were making
Ah!
because we were making hot money on YouTube.
I know. Susan Wojcicki's gonna ruin my life.
Sorry.
I like the one where it's like.
Do not squirt that out your nose, Tamara.
I know, right? I like the one where
Every
it looks
time.
like you're saying yay. Yeah, it just looks like you're going yay.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
My nephew
My
posted
favorite.
2 new YouTube videos, and I'm so excited.
I saw that.
He's my favorite YouTuber. I put a link in the chat, so if anyone really wants to know what I do when I'm not here, that's what I do, is I watch Jacob.
Sweet. So I have to tell you guys this because it's ridiculous, and that's me. That's like my whole thing. So I went to the store today, and while I was in the parking lot, this man walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you look healthy. Can I have your cart?" And I was like,
Bless his
"Sure."
heart.
I know. I was like, "Huh. Usually it's my award-winning smile that draws people's attention to me." And he's like, "Nope. It's the fact that you look like you're the healthiest person in the parking lot." And I was like,
I mean, he should have said it was both. I mean,
I know,
if he
right?
had any bit of smooth, he has no smooth.
No. He was, and
I
he was
really,
like,
he sounds like a
He was
person
like-
after your heart, though, Dana.
yes. He was like a grandpa. You know what I'm saying? But he was, because he was like, yes, I would, yes. Because I'm ridiculous. But while I was at the store, I found these purple clovers. Can you see those tiny little?
Oh, they're super
Flower.
Yeah,
cute.
they're super cute.
I know, aren't they just the
Aw,
best?
pretty.
Are they real?
So, yes.
Are you
yes.
me? Are you going to kill them in 3 weeks?
No.
Because
No,
you're
no.
not me. Okay,
Right.
good.
I'm a very good grower. I have very good growing genes in me.
I do
But-
not.
I love clover. And so I was sitting there cooking dinner tonight, and when I first bought this purple clover, they were all like closed, like this little one
Little
that's
buds.
hanging down right here.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I sat there and I was making dinner, and I turned around and all of my little clovers opened. I started crying
Come on, big
because
boy.
they were like, don't worry, Dana. This corona bullshit will blow over and you will be
Aw.
able to breathe oxygen again. It'll be okay.
Are the ones
Am
that
I-
are open the ones that were facing the window?
No, because they were on my dining room table, and
Oh,
I have
okay.
all the blinds closed and everything. But yeah, it
Aw.
brought joy to my heart. So I thought I would share with you guys my ridiculous happiness.
My
Yeah,
mom
that's
gets plants from
wonderful.
people, and the people will
It's
be like,
not-
it's dead, and my mom will bring it back to life. But if I
We
look
love
at it, it's over.
She is magical.
I am maybe a plant serial killer. It's
I
unwillful, but
I believe it.
yeah.
I had a lovely fern. I named him Ando because it amused me. And I think I overwatered him.
yeah.
And Fernando was no more.
yeah, I
I-
kill our, what do you call it, the Christmas plant that everybody gets.
Christmas
Poinsettia?
cactus.
No, the other one.
Three?
Mistletoe?
No, the big flowers.
the poinsettia.
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I kill it every year. My boss gets one and the building owner gets one, and they leave them where I have to take care of them. And every year there's leaves and petals laying all over because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I managed not to kill one for like 13 months,
Wow.
Oh.
right? And then it died. horribly, but
Or
That's a horrible ending to the story. It's like I kept it alive and then it died.
I mean, I did go on Facebook today and I'm like, hey, Apocalypse team, I need one and I need people who can grow things because it's not me. Like literally, I went looking for people who can grow things today.
Yeah.
I have
that's a smart way to do it, though.
I just have weapons. That's all I have.
I have an old friend from high school who lives like on a commune in Wisconsin.
Nice.
And all I can think is, bitch, you might be smarter than I thought you were. Maybe.
My mom's got a quinceañera that's 5 years old. And yeah.
How old do they live?
They'll live as long as you take care of them.
My mom has actually grown avocado trees from pits.
Yeah.
From the actual pit. Yeah. Like
I mean, I knew it was a theory.
She started one on my 40th birthday so that on my 50th birthday I can eat its fruit.
You're not 40 yet, though. So this is a future thing she's going to do?
Oh, you're so lovely. Oh, but
Now you all know how to get down Dana's good side, so you all better do it.
Oh man, I will make you guacamole from my avocado birthday tree.
Ooh.
Yay.
So it looks
In
like
like 20 years.
Michael got 101 words.
Nice.
We started talking about plants and everybody else started talking about plants.
Very cool.
Michael said his husband has one he got from that his mom bought in the 50s, another one from the year Michael was born, and he has orchids that have lasted. He has an orchid that has lasted more than almost 10 years. So
Wow.
Nice.
I've only known
Is
of
it-
one person who kept orchids, and it's a Twin Peaks character, and I have thoughts.
I was thinking about that.
Like I
Harold.
love
Fuck Harold.
I absolutely love orchids, and I used to have the most beautiful bearded orchids. And when I moved from Washington State to New York State, I uprooted my orchids, and the bulbs had literally made like a wreath. And so I dug it up and I carried it across country with me. And yeah, I love them. I'm
That's
sorry.
I recently inherited all of my dad's, we're going to call them trees because that's what they are. They're potted trees, but they are trees. So in my studio in the basement, I have a umbrella plant, which is a small tree, and then 2 different kinds of palm trees. So it's very tropical.
My mom
I
used
also have
to.
an ivy plant.
CJ's seen it. My mom used to have a tiny lime tree,
It's like,
and it produced teeny tiny little limes, and it was the cutest damn thing ever.
Oh,
I think the
wow.
cat killed that one. But
Oh,
yeah,
no,
or
that-
maybe it was outside, so maybe it got fucked up in a storm. But yeah, it produced like teeny tiny little limes. It was the
Oh, that's
funniest thing.
cute. You could just like eat them like grapes.
Well, I mean, except that they have lime wrappers on them. You probably don't want to eat that nasty.
lime wrappers.
Lime wrappers, yeah. It's
That is
nature's
what I'm
lime
going to call
wrapper.
it from now on.
You know, most of like the vitamins and nutrients is found in the lime and wrapper, and most wrappers of all fruits. So eating
point.
it might be a little like, whoa, this is crazy, but that's the best actually. the
My
best
my
part.
uses
Yes,
for
you can eat
limes
that's
lime
what
are
zest.
zesters are for.
Yeah, I mean, you put the zest in almost anything.
my uses for limes are tacos and
Yes.
alcohol.
Absolutely.
That's my lime uses.
You could zest
And
the lime and
thyme.
put it in your tacos.
No,
Jeez.
you just squeeze the lime on top of your tacos because it's fucking delicious.
I'm just saying, you could do that too.
Who else said Thai at the same time as me?
I
Dana.
said pie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Thai because it's good on pad Thai, same way. Squeeze them
Mhm.
up.
Oh
Little
yeah.
tart.
See,
And-
everybody knew what
and-
lime wrappers meant. It's not the right word, but it still expressed my brain.
I once said fish zoo, so
It's also limes and other citrus fruits are also good for punishing your enemies. That and salt.
you
No,
have paper cuts.
That's,
You don't
I
need
call
paper
hand
cut.
sanitizer the paper cut finder at work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna
Like,
say,
did it cut me?
any
Oh,
kind,
yes, it did.
any kind of an abrasion, and you get your citrus fruit going, you're gonna find out. You're gonna be like,
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I have a friend. I help cook. Like, I don't cook, but I'll do like prep work for her, and then she'll have me like mix the punch with the like 6 lemons, and I was just like, could we switch up the order of me playing with knives after? No,
Do
of course not.
you have like
Don't be
Butterfingers
silly.
with cutlery?
I don't cook very often, but
Hmm.
she throws parties for like 100 people, so she needs the help. So yeah.
I
So
have
you're
a
just-
friend who's like a party person, and like she
Yeah.
prepares, and she likes to do costume parties, and I'm just like, I love you, honey, but no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's not going to happen.
I'm lazy as
Well,
fuck.
I promise you, Morgan, when we do an author retreat, you will
Potluck
not be allowed to
and
use
order
the
shit.
knives. I'm like, you will not be allowed to use the knives. You cut yourself with one of my kitchen tools, it goes in the trash. So
I
you
once-
are
Oh wow.
86th from the kitchen.
I once dropped a knife and managed to catch it before it hit the brand new wood floors, and it 90% of the catch was in my fingernail and not in my thumb.
Holy
So.
shit. That hurt.
Eh,
Yeah.
the nail
Yeah, that makes
caught
my
it. That's what
fingers
the
hurt.
nail's for.
Mm.
I'm so
No,
fast,
that is
nothing
not
gets
what-
by me. Yeah? Okay.
Holy cow.
All right.
Skills.
Yeah.
Do another
Mad
sprint?
skills.
I was thinking maybe we would.
Yeah.
Well, then.
That's what we're here for, right?
Word.
That's
Maybe.
exactly what we're here for.
I don't know
Word
what
to
you're here
somebody's
for.
mother.
I'm-
We'll say word to CJ's mother because I actually know her. She'd probably be like, "What?"
She would be too. She'd be like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
I want to know what's in this fancy cup. I saw it.
What was that?
It's one of those fancy goblet cups. What do you have in your cup?
Who are you talking to? Oh, Carol.
Carrow. I likes it. What's the design?
It is the Ren Fair design of 2020.
Which
Okay.
fair?
Ren Fair, Arizona Ren Fair.
Okay.
I spent too much money to sit in a square table setup thing and watch people entertain me, but I got this cup out of it, and I have
Cool.
filled it with mead.
Oh,
As
very
one
nice.
does.
I'm gonna refill it with mead soon.
That's right.
Maybe I'll break into my mead.
You should. Mead's delicious.
I have
Very
mead
pretty.
I got at Stonehenge. Super
Ooh.
excited. It's
Oh,
good
cool.
too.
I can't hold up to that. I made this 2
Sorry.
years ago.
That's awesome. As I said, people who can make food things are good.
All right, let's go ahead and count it down because I don't want to do that thing that like we've done several times where we say we're gonna sprint 7 times and we don't for 40 minutes.
I will
Okay.
count us down.
Okay.
I'm
Do
counting
it.
us down. Ready?
Do it.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1.
And action.
Start writing. Ain't got time for you to be lazy. You got words to write. That manuscript won't write itself. Okay, I'm done.
Damn, Carol. crazy alert. All right. Hi, Dal. Welcome. All right. How'd everybody do?
Well, I finished making this delicious quiche, and I found my soda and told my oldest child that he needs to fix the fence so that people don't try to steal my oink again.
That's not okay at all.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. And it's the weekend, which means I don't have to sleep.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And I live in the wild, wild west, so I dare them to come back now. They tried to steal my oink.
I don't.
Fucking assholes.
I remember when you. I remember when you
Completely
told us.
unacceptable.
When you told us that somebody tried to steal your oink, like I felt like everybody looked at me. It's like it's up to you to drive down there and find out what's happening.
Well, I mean, it just happened so fast. Like I opened the door and I heard her screaming and I ran running and everything just happened so fast. And then we were fixing the fence and it was raining and just, I mean, yeah. And then I came back to the phone and I'm like, I'm not in jail. I'm okay. Everything is good. Everything's good for now. No.
Dun, dun.
Right?
Jeannie wants to know if you've chipped her yet.
If I've what?
Chipped
Chipped
her.
Chipped her yet? Not these
no.
chips, the other chip.
Right. No, I have not chipped her yet. But after this incident, we have made an appointment. We are going to get her chipped on Tuesday.
Good.
So, well, they're all of them are chipped. But she's only 10 weeks old.
Right.
Right.
And we never leave the property this young because of viruses and other people's animals. But I'm going to make the exception because they literally pulled my fence because it's a wooden fence. So they pulled the slat up and snapped it in order to try to pull her through and get her. She was actually in the alley. Like my husband had to reach out and grab her. And he didn't see who the people were. But yeah, they were like legit gonna take her.
Aw.
So that's right.
That's crazy.
Bullshit. Yeah, I know. I was like, this is ridiculous. And there's been some sketchy people. Like there have been these two women kind of like we've never seen them before, and they've been like walking around. And it's that kind of weird where you're like, okay, well, you're the people that around you, and you typically know the people who come and go regularly. And so when you have two perfectly strange people walking around.
Well, you noticed them.
Yes.
Like you didn't just say there's a person. Like you noticed that they didn't belong.
Yes.
That probably means that like they were
You're
giving off some sort of vibe.
Right,
Like-
right. And so the one woman, she was like riding her bike in circles, and she looked up at me and we made eye contact, and I waved at her and was like, good morning. And then she just took off. Like she didn't wave back. She didn't smile. She didn't say good morning. And I mean,
that's
I'm a
sketchy.
I'm a pretty loud person. It's not like, I mean, if I talk to you, you're going to know it, you know?
Yeah.
Carrow knows. She's met me in person.
You can't ignore Dana. She's in the room.
I purposefully say hello to people if I think that they're a little weird. Like,
Yep.
because I'm downtown so much, and downtown is pretty risky. I say hello to them because the first thing that goes through their head is, she can ID me.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
If you want to do something weird, go do it to somebody else.
Yeah, that's why I did it, because it was just, she gave off enough of that, like, this is weird and she doesn't belong here vibe, that I was like, hey, good morning. What, you know? And then she didn't acknowledge me. She didn't say good morning. And then it was like less than an hour later, I saw the second woman kind of walking around, and she was looking at things, you know. It was like you notice when people are just walking because they got to get somewhere, versus people who are like walking around and they're checking stuff out, and it's like, okay, I know you don't live there, so why are you looking so close? Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
really.
I just sit in my front yard on a chair and let my dogs bark at them.
Yeah.
I have
think
no
it's
windows
legit.
on the front side of my house, so I don't see anybody unless I'm leaving or checking my mail, because I go out through the garage and then I just back over them.
Right. Like I'm coming out.
I mean, technically, I have 2 windows on the front of my house in my bedroom, but they have blinds that are 100% always closed.
Mhm.
Always.
Yeah, if
Oh,
that's your
yeah.
bedroom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Thank
have
you,
windows
it
out
should
the
be
front of our
done.
house, and
Yeah.
Okay.
sometimes I open them all the way so I can look outside.
I have a
Thank
skylight,
Ooh.
which is
So if
great.
aliens come, you're set.
Right. And, but it's not great for spying on the neighbors.
Yeah.
So up until 2.5 years ago, I lived in a very small town. Well, a semi-small town. It's larger than a small. Like I've lived in a town with 3,500 people. This
Me
is
too.
like 15,000.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a small town, but it's
It's
a
a-
larger small town. It's the county seat. It has like amenities and stuff.
No,
but-
it's a full-size town. It's just not a city.
Right. But it's also like we lived on a dead end.
Mhm.
And so when things happened, nobody was shy about like, you'd see people, somebody's wiring went bad and the refrigerator caught on fire. And you see these, like, we went outside because, of course, the fire trucks came. And in a town that size, it's not just like here we live across the street from a fire station. The fire truck goes out pretty often. If it's really bad, the fire truck and the ambulance go out. But it would have to be like half the city on fire for more than that. In a small town like Indianola,
Mhm.
we got a fire truck, the fire marshal's truck,
Mhm.
the ambulance, and 3 cop cars on a dead end street.
Yeah.
And it's not like a long dead end street. But yeah, everybody's outside, like not being shy. We're all watching. What's going on over there? Somebody walks up to the cop car. Hey, what's going on? Like nobody's shy. And when you live in a small community like that, that's one of the positives of living in a small community. Like whether it's a neighborhood in a city or not.
Yeah. All right. So what's everybody plans now? We want to do another sprinty-roo?
I would like to. I've got this much plus this much to input left.
I finished the chapter I was working on. I got one more left to revise.
That's good. Well done.
I finished a section and I started a little bit on the next section, and then I realized the next section's way bigger, so I needed a whole sprint for it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? Let me do the whole thing at once. That makes more sense.
Legit.
You'll feel way less like just join.
Yeah, I don't have to like regain my bearings if I just start at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I also need a glass of water because this energy drink is like real sour.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna get some mead, wasn't I?
I
Only
brought
if
the
you
wine
really
out,
want
but I
to.
can't drink the wine until I get some water.
Legit.
Yeah.
And I drank this water, but this water is from before I took my nap. And
It's not fresh.
well, I'm concerned that it had cat hair in it.
See, that's why my water always has a lid on it, because I'm terrified of things falling into it. Look, I could probably write a whole book of things that paranoid me about the world. And then
I
the
shouldn't
people,
be drinking Rockford tap water. It's probably not safe. Like,
right?
for real. I'm not making that
Oh,
up.
wow.
It's probably
Oh
not.
dear.
Do you have one of those like filters on your faucet?
No, those don't actually really work.
Oh. I mean, I've
They
It's a
filter
carbon
some
filter, so it doesn't
stuff.
pull out a lot of the stuff that you would actually need pulled out.
Right.
Yeah. My grandma does water softeners. It's a whole thing. That's
We have the big 5-gallon jugs where you have to actually like go somewhere, fill them up, and then bring them
Yeah.
home. And at first I was like, this is so ridiculous, but I do like the fact that the water cooler it makes it nice and cold. And when you're in the middle of the desert, a nice cold drink is great,
Yeah.
even
Right.
in like February.
Are you off the grid?
I'm sorry?
Are you off the grid?
No,
Oh, okay.
not at all. We had been like filtering the water,
Mhm.
but then like Sarah was saying, the carbon filters don't really take out all the stuff that's going to kill us. And our city water it's great. It's fantastic. I mean, if you look at like all the testing and stuff, there's nothing wrong with our city water. It just doesn't, it's not cold. So it was either put a gallon of water in the refrigerator and take up more space where we could put food, or
Mhm.
go and get the cooler. So we opted to
Gotcha.
get the cooler. Plus, it's
Okay.
less plastic because, you know, all those individual bottles
Yeah.
are.
We should
Yep.
do another sprint.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Sprint! Sprint! Sprint!
You gonna count us down, Carol?
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Somebody's in a rush.
You heard the woman. Go. I was like, oh shit, what time do I have left? None. I got the comments started coming in, and I was like, oh, let me read the comments real quick. All right. So, how did everyone do? I didn't finish that section, so wonderful.
Whoops.
I did get a glass of water, which means that I can drink wine in this long.
Sweet.
That's exciting.
I have my lovely Stonehenge mead that is
Oh, very nice.
honey based with spicy overtones, and it's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna have to see if they sell it online because I'm gonna be sad when I run out of it.
I was gonna say, did you smuggle that back into the country or did you purchase it online?
Neither. You can bring back like up to 2 bottles of wine in your luggage.
Yep.
So
It's
you brought
legit.
back 4?
No, I only brought back 1. I didn't know how. I didn't know what it was gonna taste like until after I got back. I didn't open it.
Oh, you didn't have like a little taste of it while you were there?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you book like 6 to 12 months out, you can get either a dawn or a dusk tour, which is more like before they open to the public than actually dawn. And you can walk among the stones themselves,
which is way
awesome.
better.
So totally worth it. Once I got up at 4 a.m. in a strange city and had to find my way there.
Were you staying in Stratford?
No, I was staying in London, and we had a 2-hour bus ride.
Yeah.
So we had to, make it 20 minutes across London to the bus and everything. But definitely worth doing once. It was amazing, and they opened the gift shop for us.
Oh, very
but
nice.
because it wasn't like open to the public, they didn't have like a sample one or anything like that. So I was just like, it's from Stonehenge. I gotta get it. It's me.
Right. So. I would like totally get up at dawn in order to like walk through Stonehenge, but for a totally completely different reason why like any normal tourist would want to do it. I just think that it would be so cool just to be like, wow. Just to experience it. I think just to experience it would be totally awesome.
Yeah.
There's something that happens like almost like when the sun is crusting the earth. It's just like there's a magical moment, and it's like
I only see that when it's dusk. I'm not really a morning person usually, but I assume it happens at dawn as well.
Yeah.
We went as a class trip.
Cool.
For one of the college classes I was in.
Cool.
And yeah, it was very touristy. It was not interesting. Like, I shouldn't say that. It was not the most interesting thing that we saw that day.
It's a bunch of rocks.
They don't offer much history with it, right? Because there's not.
Like, you just walk around and you like.
Right, so it's not like a tour where you have a guide who tells you things and you learn stuff.
There are, at least when I was there were plaques that gave you like little bits of information, like.
So more like a national park here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really. But you're like the traditional or the. At least when I was there, the tourist part was you were 100 yards or more away.
Yeah,
that's
and it
why
was
it
just
was
a
worth
big...
it to do the dawn tour, because I got to walk inside the stones, and then it was basically like selfies for like 10 minutes until they made a switch, because only half the group could go in at a time.
I went backpacking through northern Scotland with a group,
fun.
And there are standing stones,
right?
In other places as well.
But
and we went up to Orkney, which is there's a cluster of islands north of Scotland called Orkney. They're just a big bunch of rocks sticking up out of the middle of the North Atlantic. So there are very few trees, and it was in October, so it was winter.
Yeah.
Which I don't recommend doing because it's really cold and windy and
rainy.
Oh my goodness, so rainy. And I was living in Northern Illinois at the time. And October, like mid-October in Northern Illinois is like late fall. It's beautiful. It's crisp. It's a little rainy, but it's not bad. Yeah. In Orkney, it is winter.
Yeah.
There is rain and snow and ice, and it was
Slush.
lovely. Don't get me wrong. Oh,
Slush falling on you.
but we went to see we went to see two. We went to see the Standing Stones of Stennis, and we went to see the Ring of Brogar.
Okay.
And then we also went to Carrow Brown, which was very lovely. And all three of those, you got to be right up close, and
Nice. Yeah.
like that was way better.
Where's the
Yeah.
statue of
My
Boudica?
In London, it's on
it in
London,
London?
or it's over by the Houses of Parliament. It's
Okay.
across the street from Big Ben. And
That's a thing I would like to eventually see.
Yeah.
it's a
I'm-
lovely statue.
I'm a very big fan of Boudica,
Who isn't?
right?
Wrong
just-
people.
I think even if you didn't have them like standing there telling you like the history and stuff, just being there because you know what they did, you know what went on. So it's
And-
like you can kind of
Everything there has the opportunity to be older and more historical than everything here that is not native.
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and
Yep.
we don't interact as a culture with the native cultures as well as we could. So
Nope.
that's not something we experience as a general rule as
Ever.
Americans. You know, we don't take field trips to like learn about native cultures. That's not common here. I'm sure there's places where they do, but
Oh yeah, like one of the things that I found really
Southern
cool. We went
Arizona.
again for one of my classes. We went to Yorkshire and we toured this ruined abbey, and we toured a ruined monastery.
yeah, we
And
don't have
both
that.
of those things had children. In fact, the abbey had children dressed as monks. Like I had pictures of like these lines of mini monks following their tour guide through the ruined abbey. And I'm just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
That's adorable.
Why are we robbed of this kind of experience?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's why I really love being out. Like you can go here, there are so many like nations that you can go out there and you can just be. And it's like just being there, you kind of get this sense of like we have these I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the writings on the stones before the like before everybody came and wrote everything down. The natives were using their own, I think they're like paleographs or something like
Yeah.
that. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah. And like every year we go out there and I see these and I'm just like, it's almost like surreal that you're standing exactly where 1,000 years ago some holy man was here writing whatever this means. And I always make fun of it because the ones that we go and visit, it's on this top of this mountain and there's a line of them. And there's this one where there's like a swirl and it looks like somebody's falling off the mountain. And I always say that it's stupid white man falls off cliff because that's like the whole setup. So,
Oh, I know, baby.
anyway, that's my funny.
Mr. Crowley is
desert
feisty right now
story.
because he can't lay over this shoulder because my mic is here. So all you hear is like him purring and
Aw, ASMR. Mr.
yeah,
Crowley.
he's a left shoulder cat, but
Mm.
yeah, but like in Rockford we have like burial mounds.
Mhm.
They don't take school trips to them and stuff. Like they don't do that.
Oh.
They're here.
Yeah. I've totally read up on those.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a really
yeah.
cool thing, but we just don't. I don't know. I don't know if it's
Oh, weird.
Americans focus on different things in history, or if Americans are worst at history. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, I think
Maybe-
part of it is, this is just historically, we aren't great at Native relations. Like,
I'm sure that's a big.
we
part of
have
it.
a tendency to be incredibly violent and unfair and horrible, and that
and then
I
hold
think,
them accountable for it.
yeah, and I think
Unless
that
we can monetize it for ourselves.
right,
I mean,
and that really defines our relationship with the Native culture as like almost across the board. And so it's really hard to get public schools in particular to celebrate or even recognize the contributions of Native
You
nations
gotta
or
get down,
Native
buddy.
cultures
You're
of
poking
any
me.
kind, because our government refuses to acknowledge that they did
Fuck
wrong.
them over.
Yeah, like
I will
Whereas-
tell you, my schooling on Native American history was much better when I lived in Manassas than it is in Rockford.
Yeah.
It's much
I-
better.
Yeah.
I grew up in Tidewater, Virginia, and we have two tribes that were never a part of the Trail of Tears because they were grandfathered in from England pre-America, and they're tiny, super tiny, but you know, they're from Pocahontas's tribe, and they're 15, 20 minutes outside of town, and plenty of people nearby are related. And so
Yeah.
we at least went once or twice, but they don't have much because
Yeah.
we don't let them make money or own property or anything.
I learned so much more. So when I was little, my grandmother went out to the nation here, and she went out as a missionary, and
Okay.
we learned way more from them than we could have ever
Oh
taught
yeah.
them. In fact, I think that they might have missionaried us.
You just got missionary.
That's right. We went out there to be like, come with us and join our team. And we were like, screw you guys, we're joining their team. So it was pretty cool. It was really cool. And then, when I went to public school, I had all this knowledge and it contradicted what I was learning in school. And I would say, no, that's not right. And then I was silenced. Like, oh no, this is what the book says. It doesn't matter what your experience is. And I guess that's why, like, I am so much more about experience versus what some asshole wrote in a book. You know, especially when it comes to like,
we
No,
are
no.
assholes writing in books.
no. We are not historians.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
calling everybody
here's
out,
my thing
Dana.
though. You cannot blame the vast majority of historians because school books are not written
No, they're not.
by good, legit historians.
No, they don't
very
want
true.
they don't want those people writing the school books.
No,
They're too
because
complicated.
legit historians understand nuance.
Yeah.
Every history professor I ever had was all about, okay, so we're going to talk about this thing, but keep in mind that even as we talk about it, there is a significant amount of nuance, and there are things that we don't have record of, but we know probably happened, but it's speculation, so you have to take that into account.
Right.
Like, and unfortunately, textbooks do not teach history that way, and they don't
Right.
teach it as an understanding of these are the records we have made by the people who left them. We don't have records for this side of the story, but clearly there could be another explanation.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
Yep.
why shows like Drunk History do a really good job because they're told narratively and people
Yeah.
can
Yes.
pick it up differently. People
Yeah.
are much more comfortable with a narrative than they are with a lecture.
Well, and not just more comfortable, but we understand it better. I think this is why literature is a thing, is because we are people of story.
Yeah.
We are people, that's how we talk about ourselves. That's how we talk about who we are and what we are. You don't just give somebody a list of facts
Yeah.
or a list of your ancestors. That's not how we talk about ourselves. We talk about ourselves as in, I'm CJ Bloyer. I write because from a small child, I loved to tell stories, or I'm, whatever. And we talk about ourselves, and that's how we define ourselves. And
Mhm.
history works the same way, but you have to be willing to understand that the way I interpret my history may not be the most accurate depiction of that history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories comes from Ramses the Great. There was and I cannot remember the battle, and I wish my sister were here because she could tell me, Battle of Kadesh, maybe. But there's a battle, and we knew there was, historians knew there was a battle. It was referenced in Ramses' crypt. It's referenced in a couple of different places, so we knew it happened. But Ramsey's side of the story was just kind of like, well, it might be this way, but we think it could be something different because it's very like Ramsey's is just this. He tends to like make these really over exaggerations of his own prowess. And for years and years and years, historians were like, well, we know it happened, but we don't know exactly, until they found a copy of a treaty which was emblazoned on Ramsey's tomb. They found a separate copy in the Hittite library at Nineveh. And they're like, okay, here is evidence that these two nations fought and signed this treaty. And now we have evidence. But here's the kicker, is that the Hittite treaty has some subtle yet important differences, meaning that like the way Ramsey told the story isn't necessarily 100% accurate.
Well, there's always the three sides to a story, though. Your side, their side, and the actual truth.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I look at 300 as, the storyteller's version of Sparta's version of that battle.
Yes, Kadesh.
Yeah.
Yay, I got it right.
Yay. Snaps. Except I can only
snap.
Yeah,
CJ doesn't like history at all.
CJ has a degree in history. Thank you very much.
You're using it to your fullest.
Very low end. But
I used to fence. I spent all of college hanging out with history majors. All of college.
I don't know. They seem to be kind of pretentious.
We are. A little bit, yeah. I'm not going to deny that.
You can't, because I call you on it sometimes.
All the time.
I mean, history.
I like to think I'm getting better.
You are.
At being pretentious?
Yes, at being pretentious.
I have not, I haven't had a negative experience when you're trying to teach me things about the past. In fact, I thought this was a beautiful telling of
She's not pretentious about history, usually.
No,
it's
other
not.
things. Other things I'm pretentious about.
But she'll do something and I'll be like, oh, that was kind of pretentious. And she's like, was it? I'm like, yeah, kind of.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah. But here's the thing. One of the things I value most about Sarah is that she calls my bullshit out. She's like, that wasn't.
She's a bullshit detector.
She is. She keeps me humble without like crushing my spirit.
No, your spirit's pretty cool. And it would make my cat sad if you weren't around with your spirit.
That's true.
Although you never bring Mr. Crowley's pants anymore.
They're hanging in my closet.
She's got a pair of bondage pants that she's had like since we've known each other, like since before we met.
No, I got them in London.
Did you?
I got them in.
I mean, to be fair, Road. Before London, we didn't know each other very well.
That's true.
But
I'm like, I want to know what bondage pants are.
They have straps and stuff on them.
Yeah, they have lots of straps.
But Mr. Crowley thinks they're his pants, and then when she comes over and doesn't wear them, he like sits and stares at her sometimes. He's like,
my pants.
Where are my pants?
Why aren't you wearing my pants?
Like the strings are like this long, so when I walk, they move, and the cat thinks that I'm a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're essentially cat toy pants. If
really
you're
are.
not, if you're not a little goth kid or whatever.
They're like, damn it, bring back the cat pants.
Yeah,
I will
he
bring
loves
back
them.
the cat pants when I lose the weight and can fit in them again.
You and me both. Oh my gosh, I was at the store today to pick up the stuff I need to make the quiche, and I found these awesome magenta pants, and I thought, I have to have these. Oh yeah, I mean, they were like fucking magenta.
Where?
Like, wow. They were at Walmart, and they were on the clearance rack, and I was like, I must have these. And they're
what time of day is nobody at Walmart?
Oh, okay.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Or in the middle of the night.
No, here.
That's where weird people are.
Really? I can go in the middle of the night and I never have any problem.
We're in the middle of a pandemic.
But
people like hoarding.
there's a Walmart over by my mom's house, and it's very it's kind of out of the way, so it's never really super busy.
Yeah.
So I found these magenta pants, and I was like, oh my god, I have to have these. They're like perfect, and they're just so vibrant. And I was like, yes. And they only had one pair left, and it was a size 10. And I was like, I can lose weight. I can lose
For these
weight.
pants, I can do it.
Yes. I was like, I can lose weight to put my ass in these pants. And then by the time I got to the cash register, I was like, who am I fucking kidding? I'm not going to be losing weight. So I just left them there. I was like, walk away and find magenta pants that will fit. Okay.
You could cut down the seams and add like a strip of fabric on the. No.
Yeah, but that's effort.
Yeah.
That's effort.
I had a seamstress. My bestie is a seamstress, so I could probably bribe her into doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm
No,
really
no,
good.
I can't. She has 4 kids and they're out of school for the next month. Not
Right.
happening.
I'm like, I'm really, really good at sewing and altering clothing and stuff like that. I just have no time. I mean, I'm spinning so many damn plates as it is that I could say, yes, I can do this. And technically I could do it, but
Yeah.
it's like, I have just about as much time to alter these pants as I do to go to the gym and lose the weight.
Yeah. Can and will are 2 different statements.
Right?
Yeah.
Very
Should
good.
and would. Could.
Yeah, I will find some pants.
I hope the
And,
Carrow's okay. She disappeared, and I was thinking we might wrap soon.
Yeah,
Because I'm thinking
Because
that
we
I
ran
probably
out of
should.
time for more sprints.
Huh?
yes.
Not
What was
enough
that?
time for another sprint.
We should do that.
We should do another sprint?
No. We
Oh.
should wrap it up.
Oh, I wanted Carrow to be able to do her closing, so I guess we'll...
2 minutes? We can give her 2 minutes, right?
Well, we'll go ahead and loop around. If she can't
Okay.
do it, then I'll do Carrow's promo.
Okay.
And Tamara can promo the stuff they have together.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see here. Tamara, are you ready to go?
Hello, my name is Tamara Woods. I'm Cozy Mystery Author. I do my live streams on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's about it. Oh, our podcast will be launching tomorrow. The
Ooh.
latest episode would be, I can't remember, episode something is season 2. And we are talking about book Twitter drama, Camp NaNoWriMo, and a ton of other stuff. So hopefully you guys are subscribed to AuthorTube News. If not, that's the name, and you can Google us, and we're right there. And that's all.
I have no idea what you're talking about. BookTube drama. There's no BookTube drama ever.
It's a day of the week.
It's like it's like so calm and wonderful over on the BookTube, the book Twitter, the book everything. Anywhere you get authors and readers together, it's just great.
How
perfect.
is it I am like blessed? I avoid all the stuff. The only time I ever find out about it is when I listen to the podcast, and I'm like, what rock am I living under? I mean, I'm just like, it's like bullshit. Oh, good, nothing sticks. Woo.
I miss 90% of the Twitter drama, but I see it on the Facebook group, and somebody usually mentions if there is Twitter drama, so I get it secondhand.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
safer that way.
Yeah, I get it through my girls. I find out all kinds of good stuff through them, and I'm like, and now I'm gonna back away before I get my guns.
Is
No.
there an AuthorTube like train spotting group? Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, let's do CJ.
Hi, I'm CJ Blair. You can go down below and click on my links. I've got my Twitter. I'm an excellent retweeter. And you can also click on the link for the South Carolina Chronicles, which is my YA fantasy serial. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and Dana?
My name is Dana Golland. I also write under the pen name Ava Fox, and you can go to my website and find all my awesome things over there, it's danagollenwrites.com, and you can go over to my YouTube channel and see videos of puppies and bunnies and all the wonderful things in my
And
life.
pigs?
Huh?
Winky?
Oink is a
Oink's
dog,
not-
though.
Oh.
Oink's a dog.
Oink's not a pig?
No.
Oh.
No, she's just a really
I've
big
gone
dog.
2 hours thinking that Oink was a pig.
Oink is a huge Malamute puppy.
I know people who have pet pigs. It's
Yes.
totally
Yeah,
nuts.
no,
it is a
no.
thing.
Yes, my neighbor has a pet pig, but Oink is she's a 10-week-old, 30-pound Alaskan Malamute.
Oh.
Yes.
No
And
clue.
she is typically in my office while we're doing this live stream, but today she is out playing in mud puddles like an Oink. So yeah. Yeah, I've got her on my Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's all over my Instagram.
she's very cute.
She is.
All right, Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan Hazelwood. You can find me at morganhazelwood.com, where I blog writing tips and writerly musings. I like to attend writing sci-fi fantasy conventions and blog all my notes from like 30 panels in a weekend, so you don't have to go and get exposed to coronavirus. I write fantasy and I have a severe social media addiction. You can find me everywhere as Morgan Hazelwood, except Twitter, because there's somebody who has the Morgan Hazelwood handle there and has been sitting on it for 10 years, literally, with 0 tweets, 0 followers, and 0 following. So I'm Morgan Hazelwood over there. Good to talk to you.
Oh man.
All right, and everybody's links are down below. Carrow had to step away, so make sure you click on her links down below. She is also on the AuthorTube News with Tamara, so if you're not subscribed there, go and subscribe so that you get both of them. And her stuff is on, we got carrowbrown.com down there too, and then I think her YouTube. So, yeah. And I am Sarah Scharnover, and this is my channel, and I am...
Awesome.
I have links down there too, so, yeah. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys on Sunday for my regular video. So, bye.